Welcome back to the Houston Texans franchise on Madden 23, guys. Finally, the bye week. I feel like that was the longest 6-week span ever. We are sitting at 0-5. This team is bad. It's real bad in Houston right now. But we kind of knew going in that this was going to happen. I had a feeling that we could have at least won one or two games. And the two games that I thought we were going to win, we ended up losing by at least, I think it was less than a touchdown. But yeah, this is going to be a struggle, man. We are trying to get through this first year. That way, you know, in free agency and through the draft, we can build this team back up. But as you're going to see, there aren't a lot of pieces out there right now, or that's going to be out there in the future, that's going to help this team. In today's video, we'll take a look at the stats. We'll take a look at free agency. We'll take a look at the draft. Maybe some moves that need to be made going into, the end of the season before the trade deadline. But right now, it's a struggle bus for our Houston Texans. All right, man, let's jump in. Taking a look at the stats on the year. Davis Mills, starting quarterback, and he's got the player tag as QB of the future. 1,126 yards, 94 of 149, 5 touchdowns, and he has 17 interceptions through 5 games. That's about three interceptions a game. I feel like he's come on the last couple weeks where turnovers haven't been that big of a concern. He has found his receivers, but at the same time, he's not getting any pocket time. As you can see, he's been sacked 17 times through 5 games. It's just frustrating. I knew Mills was kind of a project quarterback. But man, I didn't think it was going to be this tough. Only 5 passing touchdowns and the 17 interceptions has to be the most through 5 games in NFL history. On the ground, I really thought we were going to be able to get our ground game going. But Marlon Mack only with 240 yards, 2 touchdowns. He does have a fumble. This offense is built on the run. I don't want to be a pass-heavy offense, but we have just been behind in so many games that we have to throw the ball. But I am a running I love running the ball. That's how you build up your offense. That's how you build up, and open up the pass and everything like that, play action. But if we can't run the ball, we're going to be in trouble. Dameon Pierce, the rookie, I had lofty goals for him this season, man. 18 carries for 54 yards and 2 touchdowns. I would love to get him a lot more touches, a lot more involved in his offense. I think he is a really good asset for us moving forward. Out wide, Brandon Cooks leads the team with 29 catches for 354 yards and 2 scores. Again, the past couple of games, he's really turned it up a little bit. I can see him getting to 1,000 yards this year, hopefully. But he is wide receiver number 1. Nico, second on the team, 16 grabs, 263, and 3 touchdowns. He's had a bad case of the drops, running terrible routes. I really thought he was going to be able to step in and be a wide receiver number 2 for Brandon Cooks. But it's not looking too good for him right now. Shout out to Pharaoh Brown, man. He stepped up big time when Brevin Jordan went down with a broken finger. 15 catches, 210, and a touchdown. That's it for touchdowns after that. Rex Burkhead, 15 grabs for 133. Jordan has 9 for 111. Conley, 6 for 89. Mack out of the backfield with 8 for 61. Chester Rogers has 4 for 48. And Dameon Pierce, 3 for 19. So, as you can see, it's not that many touchdowns. Not that many passing touchdowns. That's only 6 passing touchdowns this season, and that's awful. And honestly, I think to blame is the offensive line. Titus Howard is getting abused on the outside. He's giving up 3 sacks. I feel like every time I look up, the pressure is coming from the right side of the line. Justin Britt up the middle, he's giving up 2 sacks. Laramie Tunsil, supposed to be our best offensive lineman, he's giving up 2 sacks. Can and Green each with a sack apiece. I knew offensive line was going to be a concern moving forward. That's why I'm making it such a priority this offseason to find a piece, a right tackle, some guards that could step in and really help this offensive line, because we have no time to throw the ball. Every time I look up, there's a team sending a blitz, and there's somebody coming free off the edge, and I can't set my feet to throw the ball. To the defensive side of the ball we go. Christian Harris was inserted into the starting lineup in the second game of the season, and he's done a fantastic job at middle linebacker. 40 tackles on the year. Jonathan Owens at strong safety. He's got 30 tackles. Shout out to Derek Stingley Jr., our rookie corner, 29 tackles on the year. Jalen Petrie, our rookie free safety, he's got 28. Steven Nelson, our other corner, has 24. KGH has 21 tackles. Terrence Brooks has 14. You got Desmond King with 13. Blacklock, has 12. Jerry Hughes with 10, and Jonathan Grenard has 10. I feel like, again, we're not really getting after the ball. We're not shooting gaps. We're not penetrating, getting after the quarterback. Tackles for loss, Christian Harris has 5. Owens, KGH, Hughes, Grenard, and Green each with 3. QB pressure, only 4 sacks on the season, 2 of which are for Jerry Hughes, 1 for KGH, and 1 for Grenard. Grenard had almost double-digit sacks last year, and to only have 1 sack this year is a crime. We got to find a way to bring some pressure on that front line, man. That is what our defense is built on. And that 4-3 defense is all about the defensive line creating havoc and allowing our linebackers to roam and make plays, and that's not happening. Interception department, man, our 2 rookies are really doing their thing. Derek Stingley has 2 picks. Petrie has 2 as well. Harris, Nelson, and King each with 1. Again, secondary-wise, I feel like we're not covering. I feel like it's a thing that happens in Madden a lot, especially since the league has turned into more of a passing league. Madden has turned into a way easier, passing game for the computer, and that's what's happening. You have these quarterbacks, and they're, you're playing on all Madden, and they're just playing like at an elite level, no matter what their rating is, and that's not fair to the user. But it is what it is. I got to find a way to get our defense set. Like it's tough out here, man. Desmond King, Jerry Hughes, and Blacklock each have forced a fumble. We should have 3 fumble recoveries. Yeah, we've recovered all 3 of them, so that's pretty good. Kicking game. Fairbairn, I think he's 6 of 7, 5 of 6 on field goals, a log of 54, perfect on extra points. Cameron Johnson, 12 punts for 511, 1 touchback, none inside the 20. Tremont Smith, as a returner, 24 returns for 520 yards and kickoffs. Punt return, 4 returns for 13 yards. And that's criminal too, man. Think about it. We've played in 5 games, and we've only had 4 punt returns. And it's no surprise, man. We have the 3rd worst offense in the league right now. Only 2,007 yards. That's just pathetic. We've averaging 17 points per game, which is actually up. Because when we took on the Bears a couple weeks ago, we were only averaging 8 points a game. Defensively, I'm sure we give up probably some of the most yards. 1,913 yards. Only 1,200 yards through the air, 625 on the ground. I'm sure we give up the most points. Yep, 193 points through 5 games. That's ridiculous. We are top 5, top 10 in interceptions, and we are top 5 in forced fumbles. Sacks, I can guarantee you we are at the bottom. Yeah, it's bad for this team, man. And honestly, I don't know where we go from here. We'll take a look at the schedule real quick. We're coming in out of our bye week, and we've got the Raiders, the Titans, the Eagles, the Giants, the Commanders, the Dolphins, the Browns, the Cowboys, the Chiefs, the Titans, the Jaguars, and the Colts. Honestly, man, I don't see one single win on this schedule after our bye week. These are all playoff teams that we're facing. For a team that had one of the worst records in the NFL last year, we have got to have the hardest schedule this year. The Giants might be a winnable game, depending if anybody's hurt. And the Jaguars at home for us might be a winnable game. That's 2 wins out of, 12? That's embarrassing. So we're going to set up our bye week here. I'm going to let the players rest. Coach, being in last place heading into a huge bye week means that this time off could be crucial in figuring out how to right the ship. Any special plans for the week off? I think we have to a team bonding retreat doesn't sound great for a team right now, but I mean, to boost up that morale, I think so, man. I can speak for the coaches, but I know the players had something planned to build some midseason chemistry and have us ready coming out of the break. I hope so. We have to build up this morale because everybody's morale is down right now. And as a team, we've got to be on one page. Team bonding retreat held by the players has brought the team closer together, plus 10 morale for all players. Thank God. Players are having a tough time getting back into the swing of things following the time off. -5 awareness for players in the next game. So every year around the bye week, I try to go through each team to see who's going to be a free agent. What are some players that I feel like could come in and help this team out? And there's a few out there. But, again, there aren't too many names that are out there that are going to come in and make an immediate impact. But here are just some names that I have written down that we could look to bring in next season. Now, this is a wish, right? Derwin James is scheduled to be a free agent at the end of the year. Him and the Chargers have not come up with a contract because the Chargers are incredibly over the salary cap right now. I think Derwin would come in and make it a great impact for this team. I doubt we'll be able to get him just because he is a big-name player, and he's kind of a staple for this Chargers defense. But I think if we were able to scoop him up, he would be a tremendous addition to go with the young talent that we have in our secondary right now. Here's another guy I've got my eye on, Amani Orarie from the Lions. I know I butchered his last name, man, but this kid is special. 6'2", 205. He's 89 speed, 84 zone coverage. He's got great press. He's got great jumping ability. At 6'2", he could really help us out, man, because I feel like what's happening to us right now, we're running into a lot of teams with big body wide receivers. And because we've got guys that are like 5'10", 5'11", they're just jumping over them and snagging the rock. So bringing in a corner that's 6'2" would be a big help. To shore up that right side of the line, man, I'm looking at EJ from the Packers. This guy is 6'5", 310, fourth year out of Mississippi State. And he is a stud, man. 84 run block, 87 pass block. I think him and Tunsil would make a great bookend tackles for us. The problem is right now he has not signed a deal with the Packers, but they have the money to give it to him. So that's one position we're going to have to keep an eye on as the season goes on. Now, if we're looking for a playmaker in the secondary, Jabril Peppers is set to be a free agent from the Patriots. He'll be in his 6th year out of the team from up north. Great speed, nice zone coverage. Hit power is crazy. I would actually move him to strong safety since Petrie is playing great at free safety for us right now. If we moved him to strong safety, we could probably drop him down in the box and have him be our sub linebacker safety. Here's another player to keep an eye on, man. David Onyemata. The big fella at D tackle, 6'4", 300 pounds with star development. He's in his 7th year out of Manitoba. Hey, our defensive line needs big D tackles, man. And I think this guy can cause a lot of havoc. 89 strength, great block shedding, great power move, great play rec and tackling ability. He would be a great pickup for our defensive line. Again, I'm looking at teams that don't have a lot of salary cap, and the Saints are one of those teams, man. At right guard is Nate Davis from the Titans, 6'3", 316. It's his 4th year out of Charlotte. He's a great run blocker. Pass blocking needs some work, but I need somebody who's going to be able to open up holes on that right side of the line for us. And the last player we're going to take a look at is Jack Conklin, the big right tackle from the Cleveland Browns. Definitely got my eye on him. The Browns have a lot of cap space. They're like $70 million under the cap this year, but next year is when that Deshaun Watson contract kicks in, so that number is going to shrink. Conklin is a great run and pass blocker. Again, I am looking to secure that right side of the line. We have a lot of good outside linebackers and defensive ends in our division and the AFC by itself. We've got to have somebody who can stay out there and block those pass rushers on an island. I think Conklin could be that guy, so we definitely got to keep an eye on him, and he's a scheme fit too. So as you can see, not too many free agents out that's going to be out there next year. A lot of these guys still could get deals going into the offseason, but I am definitely going to keep an eye out for at least 5 to 6 of these guys that could come in and help change the culture of this team. Now let's head out to scouting, man. We have really been out scouring the country, looking for prospects that could come in. We have 2 first-round picks next year. And the way it's shaping up, we might have the number 1 pick, and we have the Browns pick as well. So here's the big board. And right now, Todd Vance, outside linebacker from Washington State, he's the number 1 player right now. We are looking at quarterback Gary Sheffield. Name sounds familiar? Not the baseball player. With Sheffield, our scouts notice that he will take calculated risk as a passer. He throws a beautiful spiral ball on all of his passes. He gets rid of the ball at the first sign of pressure, does well to avoid sacks by throwing the ball away, plays well within and outside of the pocket. He's got a fast, old-school, compact throwing motion. We do need a quarterback. There's no doubt about that, man. I think that's priority number 1 for us going into the offseason. Finding somebody that can come in and be a slinger. We need a gunslinger. We need somebody who can make all the throws. I like Davis Mills, man, but I don't think that he is the right fit for this team, for the way I run the team. Here are Gary's skills that we know so far. He's got A awareness and A medium accuracy. He's got B play action. Hopefully through the next couple weeks we can learn more about him. He is definitely at the top of my board right now as somebody to keep an eye on. Another player I think could be a menace for us is Tavares Branch, the defensive end from Miami, 6'3", 256. Again, our scouts notice he's a physical player who loves to deliver bone-crushing hits, loves to utilize a spin move as a counter move, has a swift arm over move in his arsenal, will utilize power and leverage to bull through pass protectors, has a motor that runs through the whistle, often looks to rip the ball out from runners, which is great. It shows good discipline and won't get flagged. Grenard is a great pass rusher. We've got Jerry Hughes, but I want to get younger on that defensive line, and I want to get more terrorizers on that defensive line. He's got great to elite acceleration, solid to good agility. His change of direction is good and good to great, solid to good speed. And here's some of the traits that we know of him so far. A finesse move. He's got B play rec, D power move, and B tackle. So he is definitely a pass rusher with some great finesse moves. That's why I got him at the top of the board as well. So there's one tight end that I was a fan of. Not sure if we really need him, man, but it's J.P. Mills from Oregon. 6'3", 236. He's a projected first and second rounder. Again, our scouts doing a great job, man. Needs to work on simple concentration drops, exceptional body control on the sidelines, fight for every single inch as a runner. No issues climbing the ladder to make catches, avoids big hits following catches, excels at creating yards after the catch, and shows good discipline and won't get flagged much. The reason why I like this kid so much, man, take a look at his traits. He's got A catch in traffic, A deep route, A run block. I love Brevin Jordan. I love that. I love he's 6'6". He can go get the ball, but his run blocking is awful. J.P. Mills looks like a guy that can really help us out, especially in the run game, being able to get a block when we need it on the outside if we run a stretch play or if we're just looking to bounce the ball to the outside. So later in the draft, we're going to be looking at Dave Flowers, the big offensive lineman from Wisconsin. If you know anything about Big Ten football, Wisconsin produces good offensive linemen. He's 6'6", 315, and our scouts did a little digging on him. Has a motor that runs through the whistle, lacks discipline, resulting in avoidable penalties. That's the only concern, man, but I like him because he's got that A pass block. He also has C run block finesse. Again, it's still early in the season, so we're still trying to find out more about these guys, but he's definitely on my short list of players to keep your eye on. Another defensive lineman that I kind of like right now is J.R. Sinclair from Utah, 6'2", 247. It says he's a day 3 projection, but this kid, he could be something special, man. Physical player who delivers bone-crushing hits, loves to utilize a spin move as a counter move, has a swift arm over move in his arsenal, will utilize power and leverage to bull through pass protectors, has a motor that runs through the whistle, often looks to rip the ball from the runners, and shows good discipline and won't get flagged much. If you're paying attention, he's got the same traits as the guy who's supposed to go in the top 5. His skill set right now, he's got D play rec, which, I mean, I can understand. He is a day 3 draft pick, but he's got A power move and A tackling. I'm excited to see what else we can find out about him through the rest of the year. Here's another guy to keep your eye on, Dane Landry from Bama, 6 foot, 229. Projected to go third or fourth round. He fits our archetype, man, with the pass coverage linebacker. I'm not going to read through the player notes because they're pretty much the same. The one thing I like is that he has B-man coverage for a linebacker, which is great because sometimes we like to put our linebackers on running backs or tight ends. I'm just going to be interested to see what his speed is going to look like. He's got B hit power as well. So we're back from our bye week, headed out to Vegas to take on the 2-3 Raiders. They're kind of underachieving this year, man, it looks like. The next stretch of games for us is going to be a tough one. A lot of playoff teams. I only see maybe 2 wins coming out of the next 12 games, which is tough because, man, I thought we were at least going to get 4 wins. We got the Raiders this week, the Titans next week, the Eagles after that, and then we're at the Giants. I think the Giants might be a winnable game for us, but I'm not going to hold my breath. We've got to focus up, get ready for these Raiders. If you guys have any ideas as far as players that we should go after and target in free agency, feel free to comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, all right? It's going to be a tough one, man. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're brand new. Don't forget to ring that bell. Join the Noti Squad. And make sure you guys check out all those links down in my description. Follow your boy on Facebook, Twitter, and IG. And come through and join the Discord fan for exclusive content. And we'll talk from Vegas as we take on the 2-3 Raiders. Have a great day, guys. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.